Look who it is! Surprise! That wasn't by intention. Let's fix that. Put that first. Let's see Jess just chilling out. Welcome to another digital marketing live stream by myself, Dale Davies, and Jess Percival. We're going to be looking at websites and how they can increase their conversion rates. Do they need to be fixed up? Do they need to be rebuilt from scratch? Have I just had a cup of coffee? Yes, I have. Let's get into things. Jess, this website, I'm going to show it to everybody in the chat once they tell me where they're watching from, which is always nice to know. But
Indeed.
They're gonna tell me whether this website needs to be fixed or rebuilt. We're gonna put 20 seconds on a timer. I've got two timers in the back end of StreamYard right now, so I now have no idea which one it is. I'm gonna guess it's this one. It is this one.
Yay! Perfect. The new one.
Cool. So, yes, chat to everybody watching right now. We're going to scroll from top to bottom and then give you 20 seconds to tell us whether this website needs to be fixed or rebuilt. Okay, so top to bottom, let's have a little look. I have 31 websites to look at today. So, yeah.
We are busy. We are on one today, chat.
Indeed. Maybe I should have made this a little bit bigger. I turned my monitor around, so now it's a little bit better. The other way, it's just not working.
Oh, for you as well as for the stream?
Well, I just think it looked a bit weird. Let's go back to the top again. So this is how things are when you load. We've got cookie messages and all that kind of jazz. But are we saying this website needs to be fixed or rebuilt? Well, chat, it's over to you. Fix or rebuild. One word in the chat. Starting now.
Oh, it's nice having that new timer, isn't it?
Yeah, whoever did that is quite talented.
Indeed, it was. I mean, it wasn't that difficult. I was just trying to reverse the original GIF because there was an explosion. Couldn't get it to work. Boom! There we go.
Oh my god! It starts fast again.
I know. I tried to make it not be as fast, but it would not allow. It would not allow.
Oh, Phil, if I don't know if you're still watching us from the UK or if you're back in Japan, which I'm hoping is sunny, not rainy, as it often is.
Or balmy. That's a common
Balmy.
Balmy Tokyo.
Balmy. Oh, I miss Tokyo so much. It's been 10 years. It's almost like the 10-year anniversary that I went to Japan. It's not good.
I can't wait to go to Japan. I don't know when, but hopefully not too far away.
Best. There's like so many things I want to re-experience again, like the saunas and stuff like that. That's so good.
I'd love to go to a hot spring. Love to do rural Japan. Anyway, we're getting off. Indeed. We're getting off track.
That's what people are here for. They want us to be off track. Right, cool.
Indeed.
Jess Percival, digital marketing extraordinaire. Tell us, does this website need to be fixed or rebuilt?
I think it needs a rebuild. I think there's too many things that need changing. And so I think generally it just needs a full rebuild overall. I think the use of space isn't great. I think we could do, as always, with the benefits bar. We don't have a call to action. There's like a bunch of stuff that I just think is missing from here. And so I think it would be a full rebuild for me. And I actually say that with confidence this week.
As well you should. Super. So just going down, I mean, just the initial above the fold area could be better. Let's get back up.
So, sorry. The menu. There isn't.
The main menu area. This text could be bigger. There's a lot of empty white space, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But you got things like missing contact number, email us, those kind of call to actions. White internal doors, great, but this is an image, it's not text, so you have not got that H1 for SEO purposes. It's just not there to support you, so to help you with your rankings. So that's one thing I would like to change.
Absolutely. And if I landed on this page, I would, and I wasn't looking for white internal doors, I would probably just leave because I'd be like, oh, that's all you sell. Back to Google. Let's find one that sells different color of internal doors, And as much as that sounds silly, I know I say this every time, as much as it sounds daft, that is what people do. And they're definitely comparing. They're comparing websites. They're going back and forth from Google, and unfortunately, they will probably nip back to Google and look for something else. So that is definitely something to think about. Indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen a couple of other images as well. So in terms of having the text on the page, it's going to help with SEO to get your website ranking at the top of Google. You've got none of that text for Google to understand. Now, don't get me wrong, they can probably pass this and they'll be able to see the words within the image and stuff like that, but you're overcomplicating the matter. So you need to get text on page, and there's a better way of doing it. Maybe it's a limitation of whoever built the website. I'm not sure, but that's why I too would put it in a rebuild category along with Phil. So yeah, customer favorites. That's great. It's nice to see, because that means that people are going to be like, okay, cool. There's probably going to align with what most people are going to be wanting to order as well. That little special offer bestseller, that's really smart too. I like that as well.
Yes.
Door handles, more of the same, but excuse me, kind of limited. These are interesting to see, like see secure by design, security, police security stuff, but some of that should be much higher up. And then at the very bottom, we've got this Trustpilot thing, which doesn't work.
What a shame. What a shame.
Let's see if I can Trustpilot.
And if it's because you have no reviews, just don't put it on for now and enable it later.
And then just steal the website address.
Boom.
Because we clever. Oh, no, not that clever.
Nearly. There
we go. 57 reviews.
That's
4.
so good.
That's good.
That's a really good score. So it's a shame that we couldn't see that or click through to it, because I know if I see a Trustpilot button on a website and the reviews aren't on there, I mean, I will click it, but it's obviously so much nicer to have it on there. But I'm definitely not going to do what Dale just did and copy and paste the name over. Unless I have other, I've seen stuff elsewhere, or somebody's physically recommended you to me. So definitely an important one to think about, because that's a really good review score and it's hidden away right at the bottom. Like, that's just taken your website, for me, from just a website to a website of people who give good service, like completely. Now that I've seen the reviews, I can almost like visualize there's people behind it, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
I mean, the reviews are a little bit odd, but
this is good. Okay, so not a good experience. I like the fact that they've addressed it. We have available live online chat 7 days a week. We get in touch with us, your order number, we'll settle it.
We love seeing that. We always love seeing that.
Yeah.
Some of the reviews seem a little bit odd to me. So if you are paying for reviews, don't do that, please, because it's not going to help, and it just makes you look bad. If you feel like you don't have enough reviews, ask your customers for reviews. Offer an incentive maybe to leave you a review, and don't be afraid to ask. And if you want to keep the reviews off your website for a bit because you don't have enough, that's fine. Put them on when you feel like you have more, but do not pay for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say that this category pages need some work. I like the fact that you tried to add in some videos. That's actually quite smart. I do wonder what kind of quality they are. 5 minutes. How to fit a composite door. Very interesting. That's actually going to be really useful, but I think there's more that could be done. I mean, some of this stuff kind of seems plonked in. So I'm definitely going to leave it in a kind of rebuild. So why are some of them are product images and some of them
I was about to say
action shots? I would prefer them all to be like this personally.
Yes, I get what you mean. I kind of like the product photos, I'm not going to lie, but I definitely see the value of the well done in use photography, especially that one is a bit nicer than the other one.
How much is it? I was not expecting that at all. I was thinking recently, we're gonna get this new house, maybe I'll replace the doors. I'll change my mind.
Don't blame you.
Cool.
I mean, I doubt you'd be replacing all the doors with that, but there we go.
Why not? Let's do it. My indoor kitchen door is going to look like that. Cool.
Yeah,
Next website up of the 31, so we're down to 30. Going to give you 20 seconds on the clock once I go from top to bottom. So here we go. So I'm not going to tell you anything about this website. All you have to do is tell us whether you think it needs to be fixed or rebuilt, in your opinion. So fixed or rebuild. So from top to bottom, let's go.
Fix or rebuild. And also, if you fancy, tell us what they sell. Just give your opinions and thoughts.
Yes, please. Please give your opinions and thoughts.
Yeah. definitely need.
Okay, this could go on for a while. I'm just going to put the 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
And you tell me whether this needs to be fixed or rebuilt. You can tell me basically anything you like about this website. Yeah, anything you like.
Yeah.
Give us your opinion. This website needs to be fixed, saved, just put in the bin. You tell us. Phil, thank you ever so much for being a part of this today. So rebuild is Phil's opinion. That's the only opinion I've received so far. And that timer started again.
It has started again. Sorry, I tried to make it have a longer ending and it didn't.
All right.
And I don't know why.
It's all good. It's all good. Cool. So Jess, are we fixing this website or are we rebuilding it?
I mean, if I have to pick one, I would say rebuild. But this is a really great example of a website that's doing drop shipping that's just got out of hand. They would rather try and hit every single niche and every single product they can do rather than niching. Yeah, no idea what they're selling. So when I first came on this website earlier, because I have seen the first two, I don't know if I've seen the rest. I've seen the first two and I thought what it was going to be was like this was the first picture I got. So I thought, this is going to be like one of those websites that does you like custom football shirts. Like that was my initial impression, which isn't anything that they do. And then you scroll down, they're selling like pet leads and waterproof speakers. And so this is almost less about the website because it's hard to rebuild or fix a website that has no goal and no focus, and it's more about the fact that having a niche can be really important. You can put a lot of love and passion into your products. Like I think about some of my favorite brands that really do quite simple products, or they do like one thing, and then they're quite cute though. But
see, now that's the thing, right? Now this website is clearly just not well designed. It's a drop shipping website. All the stuff is probably coming from, I presume, Asia, some part of Asia.
Yeah.
Maybe there are local warehouses because I know that can work. Like you buy from Alibaba, but it's dispatched from Turkey or it's dispatched from Spain or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a lot to do with that. There's probably just mostly paid ads. And I mean, there's a way for us to look at. Can't see. Hang on, bear with. And used to have an extension which let me take it directly to the ad library, but I think it's broken.
It might be since they changed to Meta. Maybe it's a little bit different.
It's broken. Okay, well, never mind. Anyway, I'm going to guess it is mostly like paid ads and you're just getting on Instagram traffic, stuff like that. And these are the kind of images that might do well and that you don't really have to worry about your homepage so much because your product pages just have to be okay enough. But yeah, overall, I'm going to say rebuild it.
Yeah.
Cool. Next website.
Yes, I feel like we've seen this before.
I think we have seen this website before.
Yes.
But I think there's a couple of little changes that I just wanted to acknowledge. So it's like the pop up. But yeah, we have actually done this. Recently.
We have, but
I thought there was more.
I think it
looks a little bit better.
Yeah, I feel like there's less space between that top image and then the products underneath.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think regardless of our thoughts, I think it's really great that they have added that extra line that says Platinum Jubilee Collection, because that is going to be hitting all the SEO. Like I've been advertised recently, like I don't even have a dog. I've been advertised dog Jubilee products. If I had a dog, I would probably be buying them their little pepperoni or whatever it is, so that they can come to the garden party, the street party that I'm being roped into.
Yeah.
And have their little
This
beverage.
stuff is very interesting. Like this to me looks quite new that they've started to add blog content from May 30th. Yeah, so this is really recent. So it's nice to see them starting to implement some of the stuff like getting like gift guides on or how to find secure that's like SEO all over. So yeah, fantastic. We're interested to see where that goes. Yeah, awesome. I'm gonna skip over the fix or rebuild because I think this is like
and it's just nice to see that we've got that free standard delivery. I don't think we had a benefits bar last time, so that's really nice too. Oh, this is interesting. Okay,
cool. Cargo gym. So again, chat from top to bottom. I'll show you all of the homepage and we can go into more detail later, but I would just need to know whether this needs to be fixed or rebuilt. So just drop in the chat, say the word fix or rebuild. So find your fit.
And if while you're thinking about that, if you're new here, please drop us a subscribe on this channel, since this is our live streaming channel and has less subscribers than our normal channel. But if you came through from social media, you might be like, I'm at the same one. Also, drop us a like. It's super duper helpful for us, and just helps us hit the algorithm and help more people with their digital marketing.
Cool.
So
That's the
please do those
website
things.
reviewed from top to bottom. Let's give you 20 seconds on the clock to tell me whether it needs to be fixed up
Indeed.
or rebuilt. Here we go.
I know exactly already what I'm going to touch on here.
Oh, really? Okay. Here we go.
Immediately.
Well, this
Trying
time
to
I'm not
pick,
going to
like,
miss that
one
timer.
thing.
But
Yeah,
I
I
will
know,
double
I'm
check
freezing.
the chat and see what people have
Indeed,
to say.
indeed.
So far, no comments.
That is
Okay,
fine.
cool. Nothing so far. So, Jess, Philly's saying fix. Can't have 3 rebuilds in a row. Jess, do you agree?
I do agree. Yeah, I think there's just like a few little tweaks that we could do to make this website just like a little bit more effective. Admittedly, I did zone out a little bit while Dale was scrolling while I was doing my CTAs. Just like and subscribe, all those good things. But from sort of the above the fold and a little bit further down, it definitely looks like they've got some good things in place. They just need to be a bit more clear about what they're actually offering. Are they offering outdoor gym products? Are they offering these outdoor gyms? Is that their thing? Is it, you know, are they offering classes? And I think that is, you know, the main thing, because to me, I initially thought, oh, that's gym equipment, but find your fit doesn't really help. So from the product page, well, from the service pages, product pages, starting to look a little bit more like it's an outdoor gym. But unfortunately, it hasn't really been totally clear. Is that £100 a month?
Yes, it is. It's £100 a month.
Okay, nice.
But I mean, part of this is that it's guided, so limited classes, and from what I understand, it's guided kind of stuff. So there's classes available at the gym, blah blah blah. But yeah, my initial. I really want to get rid of this bar. Where is it? I can't see. It's hidden behind my other monitor. Cool. Right, get rid of that. So let's bring Dale back into the picture. Cool. Yeah. Hello. Target Gym. I thought they were selling gyms.
Yeah.
I thought this gym was for sale. Hey, personal trainer, you could buy this gym.
Yeah, which does make sense. Yeah. So we both thought something different. I thought it was outdoor gym equipment, and you thought it was actually like a garden gym, basically, like a home office, essentially. Obviously, the things that kind of get rid of that are like the 7-day free trial for £7 or the book now. But those things feel quite distant to me. I'm really, really glad to see that we have 2 different options for calls to action, because a 7-day trial for £7, that's awesome. Like, I think that's really, really great. And that would draw me in 100%. Like, I like the look of the thing, and I would be like, yeah, £7, that's awesome. I'd love to try this out, especially with summer coming up. But then the book now almost feels a little bit vague. Like, it would be great if that could be like explore membership options, perhaps. And then that makes it a bit more clear that this is something that you like go to, maybe. But then, like I said, the find your fit is just so generic, unfortunately. And
yeah, that's why it doesn't make too much sense to me. So find your fit. I thought it was a play on, like, not necessarily on words, but on how you can find the right size, like, you know, outdoor gym for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely,
yeah, it doesn't make complete sense. I mean, the gym looks really cool. I realized.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I thought it looked really appealing. But they could probably go with, you know, outdoor exercise classes in Eastbourne as their main thing. You know, that's their USP. That's their main thing. I would love to be able to work out outside. Great.
I would take away that book now a bit, because you got it in the header as well. So anybody who already uses you will just know that, and every time they come back, they'll know that that's the button they should be looking for. But anybody else who's coming for the first time needs to be with a better headline, in my opinion. I'm agreeing with you, Jess. But also that pitch of 7-day trial, that actually sounds really good. 7 days, £7 is actually decent. But yeah, clearly it's just a bit of work when it comes to like visuals and ad copy, copy. But otherwise, there's not too much to dislike about this. There's the option for
No.
videos to learn more about it. Social proof will be maybe good to have higher up. It'd be nice to know, like, you not only have some of these benefits, they could be way higher too. Contact us is a bit generic, and there's no like cold option, no cold CTA. So for whoever's not there yet, something like here's a 1 week, cardio plan you could download and use, and then people are like, oh, wicked, I can just use that. And at the end of the week, they're thinking, okay, that absolutely killed me. I'm gonna go with them, and they clearly know what they're doing. Because I think of like fitness YouTubers. There's one I subscribe to. They have like a £20 program or whatever. They sell like thousands of these things every week. Loads and loads and loads of them. So there's clearly a market there. So you could probably just double up and have like a program that's virtual that people can do, as well as like the stuff that's in person as well. So your call to action could be like a plan that people can use, or like a video course or something like that. Cool. That website I would probably fix rather than rebuild.
Yeah, agree.
Cool. Next one, if I can just unsuspend it. Cool. 99. So this is Slips Away. I'm going to go from top to bottom and give you 20 seconds to review it and let me know whether it should be fixed or rebuilt. You tell me, chat. You tell me. So here we go from top to bottom. All right. Yeah. Okay.
I need to get some of this.
Just stick it to your feet.
Yeah. I'm just a bit too short for my bath. And I could use a bit
Standing
more
up in the bath and you're too short.
No. Not standing up in it when I'm in the bath. Having a bath.
Okie dokie. Right, back to the top and 2 seconds on the clock, if you please.
Indeed. And yeah. My answer might surprise you today.
Interesting.
Because I feel like I have good or bad things to say. Who knows? It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. Okay, here we go. 20 seconds are over. Boom. And back again to 20 seconds. Phil, thank you so much for being active today. Fix is your opinion. Jess, digital marketer extraordinaire. Fix or rebuild?
I want to say it's a fix, and there's actually a lot I like about this website, but the longer I look at it, the more I wonder if it would be a rebuild, just because of some little things. Like, I'm wondering if the fast free delivery and all that is like images, or is it text? The 5-star rated on Trustpilot, is that something that you can interact with? Nah, it looks like it might be images. Shame. We want to see those 5 stars. We want to see the reviews. And I think that could be really helpful. Now, I want to tell you what I do like about this website is, to me, when you come on this page, this above the fold section tells you what they sell immediately. It shows you multiple applications. It shows you that you can install it yourself. It shows you what it looks like when it'll arrive. Problem is that there's not much. Here's your next step. But with a website like this, I imagine the people landing here are coming here because they know that they want a product like this. So there's less. Do you disagree?
I disagree.
Oh, come back and give your opinion.
Come back and best. Right, cool. I think this is way too busy. And I wouldn't necessarily understand what this is about now. So when I'm going through the submissions that we have, and thank you to everyone who submitted a website today, we'll try and be as nice as we can and give you as much help as we can with your websites. I generally didn't understand what this website was about when I first loaded it up. I was like, Slips away, feet, and then shoes, and there's a woman in a bath. I didn't really understand it was anti-slip because there's so much going on. I didn't know where to focus. Like, I didn't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. It's just too busy. So I would actually dial it back a little bit and have something, just a singular photo. Well, you could do like a side-by-side, like person installing it and then person like standing in the shower. But personally, I would just go just somebody in the shower, and then a much stronger headline than you've got right now. Like, make it more of a focus. Because
yes, I do agree.
Otherwise,
with that.
I don't know where I'm supposed to look first.
Yeah, it's important that you know what the product is before you see that fast free delivery, cheapest prices guaranteed, because at that stage, if you don't know what the product is, you don't care. Whereas because of the color usage, it draws your eye to it. Now, see, this is another one where you have to remember that everybody has different personal experiences. And so even if you know what your website looks like, and maybe the person that you've asked who has potentially purchased these things recently, or has, like me, an elderly grandparent who could use things like this, automatically I see that and I go, oh, I know what that is because 2 years ago we got it for my grandma. Whereas Dale has not had a need for this and wouldn't potentially know what it is when landing on the website, even if he had made a search. So it's really important to remember that some members of your audience are going to be landing on this page not really knowing what's their best option when it comes to like this type of product, right? Whereas I can see this and think, oh, that looks great because I've interacted with this kind of product before. Whereas for a person who hasn't, it's very much like, oh, okay, great. What does it do? How does it work? Type thing. So I think that was us having totally different views. It was a very teachable moment there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's good.
It's not the end of the world if your website isn't designed for people who don't know what your product is, because people who don't know what your product is aren't necessarily like your customer. Like, that's fine, because I'm not in the market. So I would be quite surprised by this. I'm like, I don't get it. But if I am searching around for stuff, then it probably aligns with my dilemma. But yeah, I mean, like, just above the fold, we could do things better. Like the phone number could be a bit better. Like your logo should be up here, not the center point of your hero area, your above the fold area. Stockist, that's great. USP bar should be text, should be clickable stuff that people can go through and read more about, like where the fast free delivery is or what the terms are. Category buckets, great. Apart from like I have to like specifically read them to understand what they are. Like some of them don't make entire sense to me until you do. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of positives here. I mean, like immediately, if I've not had a call to action here, which there isn't for me to execute on, then the next thing up for me is, okay, I'm still not sure where I'm supposed to go. Oh, these make sense. The only other part of this that I would probably change that to not all what's it called, all caps. I would change it to what's it called? Title case. So people actually read title case better and scan it better than they do all caps. So I would just make that minor change, and it would probably get people through to the right pages a little bit better. I don't even know if they're necessary to have so many category buckets, but you test it and see what works. It's nice to see like video here, a bit more context about it. Bestsellers, super. There's actually not that much to not like about this, but I think you could definitely be doing better above the fold. Cool. Next website, Wakey. Bespoke property inventory inspections in London. So Aspect inventory. So everyone watching, I'm going to give you 20 seconds on the clock after I go from top to bottom and show you what the homepage looks like, and then you tell me if it needs to be fixed or rebuilt. So just say the word fix or say the word rebuild. So here we go, top to bottom. Don't be distracted by my singing.
I'm actually concentrating this time. I'm doing well.
That's it. That's the entirety of top to bottom. We can go through to we can go through to some of the pages perhaps afterwards. But just want initial reactions. Does this website need to be fixed or rebuild? Tell me in the chat. Here are your 20 seconds. I'm gonna blow my nose.
You can also leave a comment in the chat, no matter what platform you're watching on, and we'll still be able to see it. So whether you're watching on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitch, or Twitter. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see the Twitter comments, but we'll definitely be able to see the others. So if you're commenting from anywhere, we will indeed be able to see it. So
absolutely, I'd like to just personally thank my daughter for giving me a cold again.
Oh no.
Phil is dropping a fix into the chat. Jess Percival, digital marketer extraordinaire, and my favorite marketing ninja. Tell me.
The only marketing ninja.
I'm a marketing ninja too, right? So I'm putting you up here. So if there's you and I are the marketing ninjas, and I'm putting you're my favorite. I see. You're better than me. Okay, cool.
Oh, well, tell us. My favorite. There we go. So I think it would be a fix. And I think my biggest problem with this website right now is contrast and accessibility. As I understand the color scheme they're going for. Yellow and grey is very in. But that's great for maybe furnishings and decor, but maybe not so good for an accessible website. I can see what they're trying to go with here, but unfortunately it's just not really working on the white background. I think it's way too quiet. Don't know how else to describe it. It's difficult to read, basically. And I think that's the first thing that stood out to me. I'm trying to focus on one reason I would do it, so that we can get through all our websites today. But there are some things I really like. For instance, the 20% off your first report and inspection starting at £75, both above the fold. I think they're really good drawings, but I do think that inspection starting at £75 gets lost because of the color scheme. You kind of just see the 75. So yeah, that's my main two things that I would change. And that bespoke is getting lost. Everything is just unfortunately getting a bit lost for me. Whereas already that's so much better. And I know what you're gonna say. I know that it's because you're trying to make things stand out. I completely understand. But unfortunately, I can imagine you're looking at it and you know what the text says, so you find it really easy to read. Whereas for people who haven't been here before, it's not so easy. And like I said, it's also to do with accessibility. If myself, who has all right eyesight, I'm not colorblind, and I can correct my vision with glasses. It's fairly easy. I can still kind of read this website, though it is still a bit difficult. Whereas somebody who has a much worse vision than me or is colorblind might struggle. So yeah, the contrast ratio is only 1.5, and it needs to be 4.5 for normal text and 3 for large text. So unfortunately, you are quite far out of that. So I definitely say you can stick with some yellow, but maybe yellow can be used in imagery. And you can use that color scheme throughout the website and then focus on some darker colors for your text. Yeah, I mean, if you did want to go, I can tell that they're trying to go for a light and airy color scheme. So I don't know if they would want to go for like the dark mode with the yellow and black. But this is just an example of how changing the colors, just that bit can make such a huge difference to your website. So yeah, there we go. You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, I completely agree with everything you said here. Just switching this just black text instead of white makes it legible now. And that you can, all this stuff like the headings, they could all be black. These can be black. These can be black, and just make that yellow accent only for your call to actions.
Yes.
Like that's what we try and do with our client sites, is that you use a really minimal color scheme for the website, and the call to actions is where you really want them to pop off the screen.
Yes.
That yellow really pops off the screen, and that's what you want. You want people's eyes to be drawn to that. The same as this really pops out the screen because it's such a color contrast. Your headings don't need to be. To pop out like that. So that would just make it more legible in terms of like. Yeah, book my inspection. That's great. Personalized form. Maybe you could. Yeah, this is hard to read. It's just. You probably get high conversion rate if it was just easier to use this website,
and also a simpler
accessibility. Yeah, and you could do simpler form and make this the first form field. So what's the form field here? First name, last name, email. Okay, you probably don't need as many as these in the first thing, or you can just do it as a staggered form. So like with our Exposure Ninja free marketing review, which you can go to exposureninja.com/review.
Indeed.
And you will just see. Wow, let's just go there. It would help if I could. The curse of being watched.
I know. I just typed it perfect first time.
Oh,
I wasn't being
Here
watched.
we go. Continue. Dale.
Yeah.
Javiez. Oh my days. Cool. See, it doesn't feel like overwhelming. One question at a time. You have no idea how many questions are coming. You can add like a progress bar, which you can see here, and you can just make it feel like less of a strain. Like it just people are really put off by forms. You can start with what's the day of your move. What's the inspection needed? Start with that, and people are already starting to think, okay, I'll start booking it now. So this definitely could be better. I don't think it needs that much work.
No.
just to increase the conversion rate slightly. So yeah, I think that's a fixer rather than a rebuild.
Indeed.
Next website. We've definitely not done this one before. So this is lithium motor batteries. Chat, I'm going to show you from top to bottom what this website looks like, and you tell me whether it needs to be fixed or rebuilt. So from top to bottom, here we go. That is a really interesting looking image.
Yeah, I've definitely seen this website before, but I don't know if we have reviewed it or if we. No, that's what I'm thinking.
Cool. So you need to tell me whether it needs to be fixed or rebuilt, and 20 seconds on the clock has started now. Yeah. I just want to let you know that Jess has a Google Analytics 4 blog post coming up this week or in the next soonish, which you should be so hyped about. It's going to be really, really useful, especially since a lot of us are we're going to have to learn Google Analytics 4 pretty quickly. And I don't think I've seen anything that as actionable as this piece.
Yes.
So do keep your eye out for that.
I wrote it. That was my whole aim. So my whole aim was to make it the best guide that was the most understandable.
And I think you hit the nail on the head. Phil's saying that this is rebuild. Jess, what is it?
Yeah, it's a rebuild for me. It looks a little bit like it came out of the 90s. It's really weird seeing like Tesla and then it being on this website. It doesn't really scream like modern to me or technology. I'm not saying you need to look like every other technology website, but those batteries to me look a bit like ancient tech, which sounds silly. I don't often interact with car batteries, I'm gonna be real, but it just looks like, I think those pictures combined with like I've definitely seen this website before. I've definitely seen it. It just feels very much like some of the first websites I ever saw as a child.
I probably built some of them because they definitely look like this when I was using like GeoCities in 97.
I was going to say GeoCities. Exactly. And I just think it's not working. Also, are we still on the Tesla page? Because all these batteries at the bottom are not Tesla ones. We've got a Model X along the top, but then we've got like a Prius and an Audi and...
I mean, there's kind of like similar to a product page where, oh, you didn't like this, maybe you'll like this, but it just doesn't feel like that.
No, so, not at all.
I think this. I think we're not going to spend too much time on it because I think we all know this is going to be rebuild. There's clearly a market there. Like people want to know this stuff. Like there's EV, like cars become like the top selling car, which it surely isn't that far away. Yeah, you're going to need businesses like this. And as it stands, if I had this versus another website that just looks even slightly more professional than this, I'd probably go for that business, even if they had a worse reputation, just because appearances mean a lot.
They do, yeah.
Next website. So this is Kunkun. So it's an electronics website, I'm guessing. Chat, I'm going to show you from top to bottom what this website looks like, and you can tell me whether it needs to be fixed up to improve the conversion rate or it needs to be rebuilt from scratch. So from top to bottom, here we go. Gradients really are all the rage at the moment, aren't they? Add a gradient to everything.
Oh, we do that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, very well.
Gradients sort of went in and out of fashion. I think they're always relevant, but just
material design became the thing for a long while. So just like really simple colors, and now we're back to gradients again.
I think using duotone,
Spotify
popularizing duotone. I love duotone, and I think it kind of gradient was like, haha, now's my time to come back in. So yeah, I do quite like it. I think it just sounds a bit more.
I think it stems from as phones have become like better quality. Like iPhone released a new phone, then they changed that. So when they changed all their icon colors, like whatever iOS that was, so I was like back when I was at HMV, so we're talking 10 years ago, it went for really dull, metallic kind of gradient kind of stuff. What's it called? Animate? I can't remember. But then they just went completely like color everywhere.
Yeah.
Completely. It's kind of like that. As technology changes, we can have like better quality images and quality and stuff. So yeah, gradients are easier to do now. Anyway, that's nothing to do with this. Fix or rebuild. Chat, tell me if it needs to be fixed or rebuilt. Now I'm going to drop 20 seconds on the timer, and here we go. I can't believe we have a timer that works. Thank you so much, Jess.
It doesn't work though, does it? Because it doesn't explode for long enough at the end.
It counts from 20 to nothing. So yeah, I mean that's already winning.
Just have to be more on it, unfortunately, I guess.
So I built this PC that we're currently streaming from now, right? I saw some videos, like some TikToks and stuff, and they've got like the little tiny watch battery inside, and like on the motherboard. So there's like, no, it's not that one, but there's like something similar coming up here.
Right.
I didn't realize the computer's so dependent on like this tiny little battery. You spend
Doesn't
like however much
surprise
money on a
me.
computer, and then there's this tiny battery.
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
It's like take it out, your
it's
computer
pretty
just
cool.
won't turn on. Like, what? Cool. Phil's saying rebuild. Now that's fine. That really interesting.
Yeah.
Jess, what do you think it is?
I do think it's a fix because when it comes to work like parts websites like this, it's like you kind of need to show a lot. Like it's so difficult because I'm not like, it's sometimes hard to get in the headspace when you're absolutely like not a purchaser of this stuff. But I think people just want to come to this website, visually see the thing they want, and then get it. Like they're already coming here knowing what they're getting. This isn't an impulse purchase. This is a repair purchase or an upgrade purchase. And so that's what I think about this, but not massively keen at the same time on that little scrolly moment that it has on the website, because you have a moment of like, what am I supposed to be looking at? Sort of up at the top there. It can be a little bit, I mean, it's not going too speedy, but it's like not ideal. And also I'm not really getting any reason why I should buy from you rather than other places. I do have really like super fast shipping. Do you have certifications that mean that all these little bits of electronics are like tested or whatever? Is it safe to put this inside my computer? Will it set on fire? If I'm making a little Arduino with my kids, is it going to electrocute them? You know, there's all these different little things. If you have these like things along the top to say that they're like tested, you know, money back guarantee, all these kind of things. Like even something like this, like having a help desk, so that if you get stuck with the thing that you're trying to install, you know, do you have 24-hour help? That kind of thing, you know? So yeah, that's my initial thoughts, really.
Right. So I'm just thinking about like other e-commerce stores. So I saw that they're selling sensors, and like some of it's like a Raspberry Pi. Yeah. Like if you know what you're looking for, you're going to find this a bit easier. But I wouldn't necessarily use like a left-hand side menu. I don't find them particularly good. Like when you click on shop, it just gives you this really generic kind of area. You want category buckets to get people to the right areas too.
Yes.
This above the fold area just doesn't. It feels a bit like. I've launched this e-commerce store in the mid 2010s, and I haven't yet upgraded it. It's kind of in that area, like it's due like an upgrade, and all these kind of like conversion rate optimization principles that we would add in our e-commerce builds are missing. And you can see them in some of these, like, you know, the menus are just a bit nicer. You've got like mega menus, so it makes things easy to find. You've got these, I actually love to see when companies use these, because it's like they draw the eye. Okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to look at the Raspberry Pi 4. They've got USB bar above here, so there's a lot to love about this website, and there are a few. You know, some of them are a bit more like overboard than others, but there's a completely different visual experience, CRO experience for this website than there is for the one originally.
Yeah,
I don't do like Raspberry Pi stuff, but I want to play with this stuff. Like, so
yeah, I want to do that weather thing. That looks really cool. And it looked, you know, I want to put that on my wall and be like, I did that. I don't know what the badge
that's so
is,
cool.
but that's pretty fun.
Very, very cool.
But
it's
yeah,
not
like
cheap
I've
hobby
already
to be
drawn
into,
in.
But
yeah, and you already like, rather than just being a parts website, like I was talking about before, you bring in a whole new audience of people like Dale and I, who are like going to be return visitors because we found something that's more high value, that isn't just a £1.99 part, that's just interesting, that we might want to buy. So yeah, very, very cool. Very cool indeed.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, tower cooling fan for Raspberry Pi.
As if they have little coolers now.
Oh, I've seen all sorts. You can get like
That's
go
so
to Etsy
cute.
and you can get Raspberry Pi cases, and you can get like stacks, so you can turn them into like a mini server. They're very, very cool.
I like the little lizard as well.
Yeah, I look forward to when Sophia's big enough that we can start.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm really surprised that none of these websites that we've looked at have had like a kids section.
Well, I mean, Well, one of them did. One of
Did
the
it?
previous ones did. Yeah, it's
Oh,
one of
okay.
the Pie Hut. Not this one. Paimoni. Yeah, so it's a kids bit.
Ah, okay. Well, there
So,
we
yeah,
go.
that is so
I was
cool.
looking for it. No. Oh my
Very,
god.
very cool.
They say it's a kid section. They mean it's a me section. Like, I'm sold on this. But yeah,
Totally.
so you can see almost from mine
Not
and
good.
Dale's reactions while we were looking at those websites, how different our reactions were when we were looking at the websites that are a bit more optimized and kind of make the tech, even though it's the same thing, they're making it a bit more exciting. They're just taking those in situ photos that just make it that little bit more exciting than just showing the parts. So there's definitely a opportunity to do that as well. That's why I like these slightly more casual streams, because we can kind of show our actual reactions and then kind of reflect on it afterwards. So
The one,
yeah,
the
I
one
like it.
positive of this is that Fast and Free UK delivery set. Like you got these USP bits here. Why aren't they in the
Yeah,
main menu? Like we're immediately beneath. Yeah, description shouldn't be
absolutely.
collapsed like that. There's definitely more to be won from this, and we're dealing with very cheap part, but doesn't mean you can't for the right parts make it a really good e-commerce experience.
Yes.
Next website is Zenscape Photo,
Ah,
Edinburgh-based landscape photographer. I'm gonna get rid of this. Accept all. You can track me as much as you want. Cool. I'm gonna go from top to bottom and chat. You tell me whether this needs to be fixed or rebuilt. So here we go from top to bottom. Let me not hover over this stuff. About me, the boring stuff. Don't position yourself as boring.
Yeah.
People actually care. Cool. So chat, tell me whether this needs to be fixed or rebuilt, and here come your 20 seconds.
We've seen this one before, but
I know,
that's
but
a
it's
good
been
thing.
tweaked.
I was about to say, yeah, that's what I was going to say, because I saw this one the other day and was like, oh, it'd be nice to talk about this one maybe in the future, but obviously you had the same thought.
Yeah, if you've had your website reviewed by us in the past and you'd like us to have a look at what you've done and what you've changed, then just drop it in the form and we'll happily have a look.
Absolutely.
So, chat has said fix. So Phil has said fix. This website needs to be fixed up and look sharp. Jess, which is it?
Yeah, I still think it's a fix. There's just I feel like there is still quite a bit more that I would change, but there's definitely been some improvements. So I think if I remember correctly, last time it was just one big image, and that was kind of it. Whereas now we've got two different images. Tells you exactly straight away that you do landscape photography and cityscape photography. But what I'm still not sure of is if your website is selling photography services or if you're selling prints, which maybe it's both. But yeah, and also elevate your home could kind of mean anything. Again, unfortunately, but that's just one of those things. And also,
this is just by my house.
Oh, no way! How cool! Also, if you're going to
so sarcastic, how dare
no,
you?
it wasn't. That's amazing. I would love to live by the water, but I don't live in the town. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to say is if you are going to include an about me section, don't put the boring stuff. If it's that boring, don't include it. I know that sounds nasty, but it's one of those where it's like you're just like self-deprecating. It's like saying, "Is this a good question?" If you're not sure if it's a good question, don't ask. Don't start your
You're
question
selling
with
yourself.
that.
At the end of the day, it's
Yes.
an exercise in pitching. Now, if you want people to be interested in you, then you have to sell yourself.
And I'd be interested, what is actually in that about me? Is it like, what's the about me got to do with like hiring you? Like
I can tell you now, about pages have a ridiculously high views rate across a lot of websites. Have a real if you look back through Google Analytics or whatever analytics platform you're using, you can often see that people are looking at your about me before they make their conversion. They just they want to know a bit more about your business or about who it is behind the business, and then they'll convert. The about page is a high converting page when it's optimized properly.
Interesting.
So yeah. I think we just still need to make some tweaks here, so it's a greater understanding. Okay, cool, you want to show me a gallery, but am I here to book you to take landscape photos for me? If that's the case, why can't I do it from where I am here? You got some lovely photos. I mean, these are absolutely wonderful.
It's one of those where it's like, what are you selling? Because if
Yeah.
you're selling like location photography, I mean, I can't think
Right.
of a situation where I'd be like, I need to hire somebody
I
to
need
go take a picture of mountains for me. Yeah, that is beautiful.
I would buy that as a
But-
print for sure.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
loads
yeah.
of these I would
This is
definitely
the
buy as
thing. So
prints.
should the positioning really be the prints rather than
Oh my god.
it's so cool. But yeah, what are you selling? That's my main thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't like
agreed.
caves at the moment. I've been watching too many of those caving disaster videos. I'm obsessed. But yeah, your photography is
And honestly,
incredible.
if you've never been to Scotland, come to Scotland because it all just looks like this.
Soon.
These colours here are so nice. But yeah, there's a place
Beautiful.
called the Fife Coastal Path, which I
Mm.
walked like one of the first times I came to Scotland, and it just looks like that. It's just
I
beautiful.
bet that's
I
amazing.
recommend it. Cool. Next website, web marketing agency, Nordic Voodoo. Cool. I don't need notifications from you. There's
Oh,
nothing you're going to
no.
be doing. I need updates. You're not a news website.
I have
let's
never
go with that.
once said yes to those notifications on any
Correct.
website. It doesn't matter how much I like them, not happening.
I wouldn't even do it for like some of the websites I use daily. I don't need
Yes.
it. I'll
Yeah.
come to you like when I'm ready.
Yeah.
There's
Completely
very
agree,
little
completely
that's
agree.
like breaking news that I need
Yeah.
to know about your website.
Yeah.
Cool.
It just annoys
So
me.
chat. I'm gonna go from top to bottom, and I'm gonna let you review it and tell us whether it needs to be fixed or rebuilt. So to a sec. Oh, let me actually show it to you first. So at the bottom, that's advertising to me because I'm looking
Oh.
at shelves.
But it's
I'm
odd
very
to have...
surprised to see an ad on a website development.
Yeah, that's
web
really
agency
strange.
website. Cool.
That's
20
sharp.
seconds on the clock. Here they come. But yeah, the shelves are fantastic. I mean, we could look at that website and see.
Oh, they're really pretty.
Together. So you can just
That
like
is a
increase the
nice
density of
website.
stuff. How cool is this? Increase the height, change the
That
color.
height thing is so good because
make
people
it
know I have
deeper,
only just recently
panels
got a
on.
measuring tape. So knowing physically how big things are is so helpful. And I struggle to
You
visualize
just focus
things
on that
in
price
situ.
though.
But I mean, you know what you're
4K.
getting. You know what you're getting.
Oh,
what
for
you pay
sure.
for.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Beautiful looking site. Cool.
Yes.
So back over to chat, and Phil is saying that this website needs to be fixed. Jess, in your opinion, this website needs to be fixed up or rebuilt?
I think it's a fix, but currently it looks quite generic. Like so you've got, let's say we didn't have that web marketing agency underneath. Well, actually no, we can say that it's there. But first I'm seeing create and grow your business online. That does not say marketing to me in the slightest. To me that says like hosting my website or hosting my products. It doesn't really say web marketing agency to me necessarily. And we've got a image over text over image, which is quite difficult to read. You especially lose your brand name up there.
I don't know what this car light has anything to do with web design.
Yeah. It's a classic case of like, just tell us what you do. Just tell us what you're offering and your USP and wrap it up into one nice little sentence.
Like learn more. Why would I do that?
Mhm.
The only reason I'm going to click learn more is if I know enough about your business from these two lines that I'm going to want to learn more. I've either learned more about you before I got here, so through ads or through reading somebody else's case study, testimonial, I don't know, probably an ad. I'm not convinced to learn more. Oh my days. Every time I touch my earphone, I start some music.
Does it turn off? Amazing.
Oh no, it's stuck playing. Oh no.
Every time, Dale. Every time. I also think, like, although these things are important, like fixed price products receive on time, I mean, should be a given. You shouldn't have to say, we're actually not late, everyone. We actually do our work when we intend to. And the fast work turnaround, like, tell us about you. Tell us about what your business, what's your favorite kind of project to work on? Like we always say, Exposure Ninja, we love businesses like service businesses. We love to work with like plumbers, those kind of people, or, because that's kind of where Tim got his like start. So there's sort of like a special place for those kind of businesses for us. Obviously we work with anyone, but it's just one of those things that like, what got you into marketing? Why are you doing web marketing? What makes you tick? Who is doing my marketing for me? There's like so much potential here. It's always funny, like reviewing a marketing website. It always feels a bit sneaky and it always feels a bit biased, but right now,
I'm out here to help any business to do better.
Yeah,
There's plenty of businesses in the world that need a website rebuilding. I'm sure that they can cater to some businesses that we can't cover, or we can't do everybody's marketing. As much as we would love to. But yeah, I think just your pitch above the fold here could be so much better. Like you learn more. Just hire us is a ghost button, so it's almost not visible. Give people a better reason to get in touch with you. So that's what I would say for this website. Cool. Next one is Wedding Photographers Hertfordshire. So let's go from top to bottom and then chat. I'm going to ask you whether this website needs to be fixed or rebuilt. So let's go from top to bottom. My wedding cost me 150 quid. And I don't have any photos. I have a handful of photos that the witness that we borrowed from the library took. And that's enough for me.
I love this story every time.
I'm sorry. I can't help but brag.
No, it's good.
Put money towards more important stuff.
Yeah.
So we're almost at the end. Almost. Here we come. Plenty to digest on this website. Very interesting indeed. So chat, tell us. I'm going to put 20 seconds of clock. Does the website need to be fixed or rebuilt? Here are your 20 seconds. Let me go back up to the top there. If this is your website, please do mention it. Do let us know. It'd be great to know. We came to the top of the hour as well, which means we've got another 30 minutes of website review. So if you haven't submitted your website, there's still time for you to do so, and we can see if we can grab it, and I will show it to Jess, and Jess can give us her opinion. So chat is saying fix. So Phil, thank you very much, is saying that this website needs to be fixed. Jess, what do you reckon? Is it a fix up or rebuild?
Yeah, I think it's a fix. I think it's another one where the above the fold section could use some work. In terms of, we don't really like a slider because we're Mardy. In these situations, it can work to some extent. And at least you've got that bit at the bottom. You've got that grayed out section so that you can read the text more easily over the images. But I feel like I'm not totally sure what to do next. Because you did have some steps further down. Like if I was booking a wedding photographer, I mean, I've read a lot of horror stories online and would maybe want a bit more guidance as to what to do. Like, what do you need from me? What do you, we've been talking about forms, and I know forms can feel a bit clinical, but it's that could be a good thing for you to use potentially above the fold, which could work pretty well. Sorry, I've run out of steam Dale of things to say about this one, so I might hand over to you if you don't mind.
I am back.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. I don't think there's much that you haven't already nailed down. Like the slider, get rid of it, change it to something else. Could you have a call to action above the fold? Call now to check availability. I might not actually. I don't know, millennial kind of thing. I don't like calling. Don't force me into that position. Give me other options. If you want to say you have a form that says. Kind of like Calendly, if you're not familiar with Calendly, you can go and click people's availability and book in when it's convenient into their calendar. You could do the same kind of thing. You could have here are my available dates in a calendar kind of system, a booking kind of system that way, and have if you want to call me now, here's your secondary call to action is if you want to chat to me now, here's my phone number, just click this button, I'll call you back. You could do that instead. It requires a bit more setting up, but your conversion rate is probably going to be better because people can just in advance check whether you're going to be available or not. So I mean, there's everybody wins. Yeah, there's not too much wrong with this. There's lots of encouraging stuff. Yeah, good that you're talking about who you are. But yeah, I think just area above the fold could be better people and also repetition of your call to action. So for example, you come through to this website on your phone or on your tablet because you're probably going to be sitting on a sofa whilst you're doing some other stuff and you're looking for a wedding photographer because you're planning all out. You're probably not doing it on the computer or maybe on a laptop on the sofa, but probably a phone or a tablet. And you're scrolling through and you're like, okay, this website looks good. I'll have a look. You're scrolling through, and on a mobile, I expect this is quite a long scroll. Your call to actions need to be repeated, and they need to be really strong as well. But remember, my proposal is exactly that. But remember is not if I'm scrolling through, but remember, it doesn't mean anything to me. Be really
Yeah.
matter of fact and say, review my previous work.
Yes, and it also
even then-
says it said chat to me and we can change stuff, and then the call to action underneath is view my work.
Oh, here we
Which
go.
feels,
This-
see, that's so good. Why isn't that on the homepage?
That should be so much easier. Like there should be it should
Yeah.
be a lot quicker route to do this
Yeah.
than the one I found. I had to scroll all the way to the bottom to find this, and this is just for
Ah.
booking a consultation. But yeah, convenient. Oh, fantastic convenient times as well, because
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
people are
really
working during the
cool.
day and they don't have to. This is really smartly
Yeah.
done.
And also, you've handled my objection immediately because I know it's going to be a 30-minute chat. I know exactly what I'm getting if I pick up the phone to you. I know that I don't have to go somewhere. I know that how long it's going to take. Like that's great. That is really, really good.
This
So,
is
yeah.
really, really good. Really,
Yeah, this page is really
plain.
nice. Yeah.
There's a few too many packages.
Yeah.
So you can actually overwhelm people with options sometimes. Your
Yes.
conversion rate can drop because they don't know what package to go for. You could actually just work on something like maybe simpler and just say, you could direct people through to different pages, like just a Magic Mirror photo booth, and then you can click here to see the prices, or yeah, I might tweak this slightly. Inquire about photo booth. Yeah, I'd probably improve this slightly. This form, have a slightly different form, or just make the
there
visuals a
are
bit
some
better.
problems with like cohesion here as well in terms of
Yeah.
design. So like halfway down, you all of a sudden have an orange splash, which just feels a bit crummy, a bit cheap. You know, and it says like inquire about photo booth hire now with that button, and then immediately below you
Takes
know
to a
that you
form
can
which
inquire.
isn't now.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel.
yeah.
It now feels more immediate.
Yeah.
And that doesn't feel like it's the case. But yeah, lots to like about this website. I would definitely agree it's more of a fix. I would highly suggest if you haven't already submitted it for a free marketing review, you go to exposureninja.com/review and submit it and see how else we can help you. You know, perhaps there's like more getting traffic to the website is the problem, less so the conversion state of things. But yeah, please do submit that. I've got another one that's been submitted whilst we've been on air.
Oh, nice.
So let's have a look at this one. So this is compare the whole market for Switch water supplier. Yeah. Okay, cool. Already starting to think of a few things. Let's have a little look from top to bottom and chat. You can tell us whether this website needs to be fixed up or rebuilt to improve their conversion rate. So I can't seem to scroll. That's because there was a thing. So from top to bottom, with more gradients.
Yeah, they look nice though. I think they suit it.
Yeah, nice one. It
I
looks
think they
very,
look cool.
very similar to somebody else's gradient. Is it Money Supermarket? Maybe?
Yeah, I thought when you first brought this website up, I had a moment of being like, wow, this is a big company that submitted their website. I recognize them, and then realized that it wasn't the same website.
Yeah.
It kind of like even the squish reminds me of USwitch. USwitch.
Yes, USwitch is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
USwitch.
So I will have a couple of things to say about that in a moment. Oh no, they've changed, but they used to.
There's another company I can't think of.
Money Supermarket.
No, that's the one I was just on.
Oh,
maybe they've changed recently. Anyway, either way, that's not.
I think they have,
these two websites
they did
are not
this
the ones that we're
rebrand with the
reviewing.
mission thing. But yeah, basically,
I'm sure I've seen that logo.
When I saw this, I thought it was a totally different. I thought it was a household name website. So yes. Anyway, give us a scroll, Dale. Oh, you kind of have, and give us a 20 seconds on the clock.
Podcast. Cool. Yeah. So top to bottom. So I think I already did the top to bottom, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
20 seconds. Here they come. As soon as I find the button that says 20 seconds. So 20 seconds. Here they go. Fix or rebuild. Which one does this website need doing to it? Yeah, there's something highly familiar about this.
Yes.
Which could be either good or bad.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. So I might lead with that.
All right.
There are a couple of things. No, you all
okay,
good.
20 seconds are over. Chat doesn't need to be fixed or rebuild. Phil is saying that it needs to be fixed. Jess, fix or rebuild.
I agree that it is a fix. I think I don't know if there's going to be more. I think it is just some initial above the fold stuff and maybe positioning. And sort of what we were alluding to there when we were kind of chatting while we're waiting for everything is that there's two things here in terms of this branding that potentially looks quite similar to other market leaders, which either sort of builds people's affinity towards you because they see you and get the same feeling that they have when they think about that market leader. And second is that people might feel swindled if they realize that you're not a subsidiary of said company that they already know and trust. So you can kind of run into some issues there potentially, where people might become confused. I can almost hear it now. I mean, when I worked at O2, for example, because we also did the Tesco thing, it was on the same line. People would come to O2 and expect O2 to give them that service, and then it wasn't. So you might end up with people kind of getting their wires crossed a bit and requesting things from you that you don't offer, which could be avoided by not having similar branding to another company. The other thing I would change is this scrolly thing, because it's a bit much, and I wouldn't have learn more or contact us. As we've said before, learn more. I'll either scroll to learn more, or I will have already learnt more. So it would be really good here. It's so perfect to do something like how much could I save calculator, because then people can do a quick calculator, see that they can save money with you, and then contact you. It's the same reason why I always go for like the other compare websites, because I can easily put my details in. It doesn't affect my credit score, etc. So I think that could be really important. I also feel like you've gone with this compare the whole market to kind of get in on that compare the market stuff. And like I said, I just think it feels a bit sneaky is the way that I would describe it. It feels a bit sneaky. It feels like you're trying to play off the success of these other companies, let's say. And it could cause you problems when people realize that you're not that company. So that's what I would say. It's like when you see a fake McDonald's, you kind of have a giggle about it and be like, oh, or you see like,
fake KFC.
Yeah, or something like that, where you're just like, it's like, yeah, a bit odd.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I have to say about that, basically. Confused.
Yeah, agreed.
That's why I use a money supermarket at my too.
Yeah, confused. Yeah, I can't really disagree with anything you said. Really. Yeah, area above the fold. I mean, like if those other ones didn't exist, I would probably be like, okay, this website looks pretty cool. I'm just thinking about like how the way that the process is laid out, like how it works. Is all very wordy.
Yes.
I'm wondering like if you could take some cues from some other websites, other some of the ones I've just been looking at right now. Oh my god, go to hell. Not necessarily this one, because I think that's actually a really ugly website.
Yeah, they're running off their market. They're TV ads, aren't they? Really?
Yeah. Like this is not good. This is the one we're just looking at. Was it cool? Yeah, this is. Yeah, the process can be like this. You really narrow it down, make it really obvious, and then you can spend all of that extra like space that you have on the homepage pitching other stuff or just discussing it in other ways, like save over and over. You can do similar kinds of things. Oh my days, that's terrible. That's also terrible. What you switch? Yeah. Again, why choose USPs? How it works? Yeah, you don't have to have an app or anything like that, but it's just how you position your offering. Yeah, I think that's more of a fix than anything else. But
yeah. I have to say, really love the color scheme.
Yeah.
And I think it looks
stands
good.
out,
And
but a little bit too similar to what we were already looking at with these other similar kinds of websites.
And also, it's cool to see that you have a podcast. I'm just not entirely sure who the audience is, whether it was businesses or whether it was consumers. But anyway, on to the next one. And also, if you did just submit your website for this just now, just remember that you can get a full 15-minute review from one of our marketing consultants at exposureninja.com/review. So go do that. And they'll give you an extra in detail review. It won't be done live. So yeah, there we go.
Next website, framework training. So I'm going to show you, chat, how this website looks from top to bottom, and then you tell me whether it needs to be fixed or rebuilt. I need to make that bit smaller so it's not covering the actual website we're looking at.
Maybe,
cool. So from top
maybe.
to bottom, certified B Corporation. Well, that's very interesting indeed. So
Oh,
here we go. As shall another digital marketing agency be by the end of the year. Shh.
Hey, Gabrielle.
Oh, great to see you.
Sorry, I realised you're hinting about us going for B Corp.
No. Who said that? Who said that? So almost at the bottom.
I love
here.
it.
Cool. Now, chat. Does this website need to be fixed up or rebuilt, in your opinion? Chat. 20 seconds coming on the clock, and here they go. Tickety tock. Tickety tock.
I'm excited to talk about this one, I think. Really
My
excited.
daughter's toys in the background.
That's fine.
Lots of toys.
Don't worry about it. Mine's actually blurred today. Remember to turn my blur back on. Oh, it's too bad. I got nothing to hide, but
yeah. Cool. So we have Gabriel saying fix, Phil saying fix, and Lucy Thornberg, who's lovely to see from one of our ninjas in the chat, is also saying fix. Hey, Lucy. Cool. Jess, digital marketing professional extraordinaire and conversion rate manipulator. Tell me.
Not me.
Does the website need fixing up or rebuilding?
I think it needs a bit of a fix. I think it actually looks really, really nice. I really enjoy the muted, slightly more muted color scheme. I think it really fits the brand itself really well. And I think it just looks really nice. I think maybe the above the fold section is a little bit wordy. But I do really like this headline of expert instructor-led hands-on technical training. I think that's really marvelous. Tells you I had absolutely no qualms. Don't know if that's the right word, about what this website was about. I knew immediately what it was about. It was communicated really well. I can see that it's, in that one image alone, combined with the text, you're communicating to me that this is training that's done virtually, which is obviously very important for a lot of people. So yeah, I think the above the fold section is really nice. But the one thing I do have to say is we have this view our courses, and then the other call to action is play our video. Why? What are we going to see in the video? Whereas potentially what I would like to see is maybe have the video. We've sort of lost a little bit of this screen because we've kind of got this unique little archway. Whereas you could actually have your video peeking out from the bottom, and the video could even be titled "Why Choose to Train with Us." You've got two of those in there, and it could be your trainers or people that have trained with you explaining exactly why they had a fantastic time. And then you could use that play our video space to have potentially a different call to action, or use that space for something else. So I think, or maybe that could even be used to say 5 stars on TripAdvisor or 4.2 stars on TripAdvisor, not TripAdvisor, Trustpilot. So yeah, there's a few little things that I would change, but there's a lot to like here. I think there's a good amount of text. I think even in the sort of wordier areas, I think it's pretty good. I like the use of charts. It's just a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, agreed. Apart from when coming through to the courses page, could there be a repeated call to action at the top here? Not necessarily for taking you to the courses, but book a call or something like that. Because clearly the phone number is up here on the right hand side as a call to action. They want people calling or booking or getting in touch or something like that. Have it here, because if people look at the courses and they're still not sure, then giving them a little bit of an option for additional guidance is a good thing. But yeah, the one thing I was going to say here is this text doesn't need to be here. You already did a text kind of explainer of what this page is about. Give them the course types immediately is the next thing, and then courses. This could be a bit more attractive, I have to say. Some
images could be nice, just so that people can see at a glance what they are. Even if it's just web app security is like an image with a padlock, or something like that. It just gives you a little bit more, it tells a bit more of a story. And so like I said, people can see stuff at a glance. which would be super, super helpful.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like last week when we were looking at what's it called? Travel websites. So I'm trying to think if there was like a good example. There was one for like Europe, Italy.
There was a
I don't know
really
if this
cool
is the website.
website
It
you
wasn't
shared
this one.
that was like amazing. Yeah,
I
this
did
one,
went
because I
to
looked
this
on
one.
there. I was like, I'm going to book a holiday now. Because I saw that and I was like, this is really cool. Yeah, really nice. I really, really liked
Cool.
it.
This isn't the one I'm thinking of. You All Tours. Yeah, this isn't. There was a better
one that
page,
he
wasn't
showed
there?
that was amazing. And we were looking at the India page, I think.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
Right.
these
So
pages.
the
are fab.
visuals behind the packages draw your eye, and you're like, okay, cool. Okay, let's just see if like something like this stands out way more than anything like this. It doesn't. You know, obviously, it's always best to avoid using stock footage where possible, but you want it to like pop off the screen a bit more. So this text could be bigger. Because you want them to see what the course is about, and then they'll look at the course date and finance and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You can have. Oh yeah, there's just more that can be done here to increase like people getting through to the right pages, but also eventually converting as well. How are we doing for time? So we've got 15 minutes. So we've got just under 15 minutes.
I have to say as well, definitely the exact type of client that we love to have. I feel like we're very good with sort of course websites and that kind of thing. So if you were thinking about it, we would nail it.
Cool. So the next website is up. So North London Hardware and Software Support. Going to show you Chatterini, how this website looks from top to bottom. You tell me if it needs to be fixed or rebuilt. So here we go from top to bottom. I just realised that there was some music playing in the background.
Yeah, I did the music before you joined earlier, so I suppose it was just like it's been there from the start.
Yeah. Okay, quite a deep page. Right, chat. Does this website need to be fixed or rebuilt in your opinion? 20 seconds coming up on the clock. Drop that word into chat. Fix if it needs to be fixed to increase the conversion rate. I was feeling so snotty right now. Or it needs to be rebuilt from scratch to get this website more leads. 20 seconds, here they go. And I'm going to disappear for a second.
Bye. Dale needs to blow his nose, bless him. Definitely have a few things to say about this website. I think it's quite a fun one. Like I said, I always enjoy when it's like it feels like there's a lot of potential there, and you really think like what you say could make a big difference. So I always like those ones. So we've got a few in chat.
Gabriel with a rebuild, Lucy saying fix, and Phil saying fix. Jess.
I think it would be a fix. And my reasons for that would be we have a slider. Oh no, who invented sliders and why? So sad. Anyway, so we have a slider, which means, and it looks like they're saying the same thing on every page, like North London IT Software Solutions, which is a little bit, makes it redundant. You're making the viewer reread your thing and sort of wasting that time that they could be using to look at different things on your website and actually convert, because they're trying to make sure they've read everything, and that it turns out it's just the same thing 3 times. The call to action in the top right, Dale, could you make the screen a little bit bigger for me, please? Because I think, so it says free consulting, which those words to me make it sound like we hire you to do, like, it just doesn't sound right to me. Whereas I feel like a free quote, book a chat, something a bit more, I don't know. Do you get what I mean, Dale? Free consulting just feels a bit odd.
Sounds like they means that the consulting is free. Like I just get ongoing consulting for free.
Yeah, it just feels like a little bit.
Doesn't strike me as quite right yet.
No, yeah, that was another thing. But one thing that I did see on theirs that I really, really liked was that they had a blog which was titled like something along the lines of, computer power's on but nothing happens. All these are exactly things that I would type into my search bar. So I have to say, really, really cool. I mean, that could maybe be a little bit longer. It'd be great to see
This is
some
not good blog content.
videos.
I'm
No,
terribly
it'd be great to see some videos in there, a little bit more like, you know, a lot more engaging. I mean, for me, I didn't know that little on-off button was there for ages. So, you know, yeah, see, this is so good. This is so good. And it's like you've got such good titles. I was really getting excited and hoping for more. And yeah, unfortunately, we haven't got that. So it would be really, really nice to see
shelves.
that. I know I was about to say
shelves everywhere.
Your expensive shelves again, Dale. But yeah, I thought like you've obviously done some keyword research and you've put the time into the keyword research. Now put some time into the content. Because keyword research is all well and good, and you've absolutely nailed those titles. They're exactly, if I like I've said, you know, I've built PCs myself and I've often had PC troubles, and that's the kind of thing I would put into Google. PC won't turn on, you know, like that's what I would type in. Yeah, love Lucy's idea here of a free IT audit. I remember once I had somebody come into an office and do like a free sort of GDPR audit. And that was as part of like a offering like shredding services, printing services, a bunch of different stuff. And that was cool because then you get to talk to them. They, you know, you can pitch to them. And at the same time, I could actually make changes in the office straight away without necessarily needing to pay for their services. So, you know, yeah, get a free IT audit. Very, very cool. Very cool. And other places.
Air IT is an incredibly successful business. So much so they bought other successful IT companies like Netstar. There we go. So anybody watching streams will know that I've referenced Netstar several times in the past. Netstar, very good. Huge round of applause to their marketing team. They do great things. Yeah. Like contact us could be the call to actions could be stronger here, but like overall, like visuals, like website design, all that kind of stuff, really, really well done. You could totally do a free IT audit, like so. Just leave with that, and then you've got an exit pop up as well. So ebook 6 signs it's time to switch your IT provider. Oh, that is a great idea for a
really
book
cool.
that may appear on an Exposure Ninja website sometimes. Yeah. 6 signs it's time to switch your digital marketing agency.
No, I love that. That's cool. I like that a lot. We should definitely. Maybe that would be my blog for next
why
week.
Why not? Absolutely.
But yeah. No, I totally agree. Give away as much as you can for free, and you will get things back. Basically, is what we're kind of trying to say. If you can offer, you know, initial support to somebody for free, and in that process highlight how much more they do if they worked with you, then you're in the right place.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
this stuff doesn't make any difference to me anymore because every website has them. You download a theme from Theme Forest or something like that, and they already have them like built in, and they're just like automatic numbers, the same as this.
For me,
virus and spiral removal, 80% of what? Like your success rate is 80%. Like
that's not great.
No.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
I like the color scheme though.
Oh yeah, I kind of like that little.
It's quite different.
Down. Yeah, I have to say as well, seeing that you have 330 clients but only 25 service advisors doesn't actually, you know, doesn't really instill faith in me. That if we all needed you, you know, so yeah, that's another reason why using numbers might not actually. What we actually do seems a bit like, oh, we've been waffling up until this point. This is the things that we actually do.
Yeah, a bit. But yeah, there's loads of positives, but I definitely think with a few tweaks we could do better here. Now we don't have a lot of time left, so I want to see if we can. I just want to close the Air IT one. I just want to highlight this website. Now, this wasn't sent to us. I just think it's a really cool website. Now, I want to talk about this website. I want to do, I'd love to do like a review of the marketing and stuff like that. I think that they got something really cool here. Now, I'm a big branding person. I love branding. I think the branding is like, honestly, I've got so much stuff saved in my Instagram, like posts that are just beautiful branding from people. Like I'm on Behance and all these websites, not because I'm a designer, but I just love design. This website has just got design down really, really well. There's lots to love about it. Just scrolling through, like as a D2C e-commerce website, it's pretty decent too. The imagery is great. What I want to talk about is this, right? I don't like sliders, but a ticker kind of thing, that's actually kind of cool. It breaks from the norm. So normally USP bars are pretty static. Could this grab my attention? Yeah, absolutely. I've started to see them more happen. Oh my days. That was could you tell that was coming? I was like, no.
Yeah, you're trying to get rid of it.
Yeah. So
are they only available in the US?
Yeah, unfortunately so. Do you know there's another D2C company that I would love to come to the UK as well, and it's like just the ends of the ice cream cone, the bit with the chocolate bit in the end. Ends of ice cream.
Why? I mean, it is good, but I feel like it's only good because you've just had the ice cream. Have to say, I do enjoy the call to action on this page at the top of it was like old school classics. I thought that was cool. Oh, I see. How random.
How awesome.
The perfect example of a company who's obviously seen a gap in the market. They've decided to focus on this very, very specific thing, and they're nailing it. They've been able to put all their love into it. Whereas if you remember back at the beginning of the stream, we saw a website that was selling too much and trying to hit too many people. This website has, how much do you, oh good, you get 5 bags. Jeez, I was about to say.
The simplicity of the checkout process, like one-time order, subscribe. Now, I personally, for conversion rate optimization purposes, would leave it automatically set to subscribe and save. So you're automatically getting people focused on, well, you're focusing your business on lifetime customer lifetime value, or whatever you want to call it. Like average order value, all that kind of stuff goes up if this is automatically the default. So yeah, I would highly recommend that. But yeah, that is just a really interesting idea. I thought it was worth highlighting this ticker. Certainly might be something people want to experiment with, especially like become a subscriber, 15% off, your eyes drawn to kind of like this kind of stuff. Try Old School Classic, so you can get like Coca-Cola or vintage cola, really nice. Classic root beer. Yeah, this is pretty decent. Same day delivery, unavailable in Edinburgh.
Aww. Weirdly, it kind of reminds me of the Wild deodorant website. Last time I was on it, it has that kind of.
What's it called? Wild. I know. I think I follow them on Instagram.
I showed you the packaging when I got them, but they're very like visual. Like here's our like scents, and they'll have little pictures and stuff. And I think that is like super appealing. And I definitely subscribe to them for the discount. And I've had to delay my subscription multiple times because each subscription is 3 refills, and I get through like 1 every 2 months. And yet they try to send me 3 like every month. So their subscription model maybe needs a bit of shifting. I'm not sure who does need 3 deodorant refills every month. But yeah, I do quite like them. Anyway, let's continue. Go on a tangent.
Have you done this website before? I'm not really sure.
I don't think so, no. Maybe you have and I haven't. I haven't seen it before.
Okay, chat. I'm going to give you 20 seconds on the clock after I show you this website. You tell us if it needs to be fixed or rebuilt. So from top to bottom here, it is. Cool. Now, chat, does this website need fixing or rebuilding in your opinion? Let's put 20 seconds on the clock and you shall tell us. But, I mean, let's just compare this against like 2 of those IT companies we're looking at before, Air IT, Netstar.
Yeah.
Similar kind of space. Hosting is a little bit different, but similar kind of space. Does this website kind of match that quality level and how high their conversion rates probably are? Let's see what chat has to say. So Gabrielle is saying rebuild and Phil is saying fix. What's Jess saying?
I think I would say, I think it's one of those where we're going to have so many changes that it might be better to do a rebuild. And the main thing I want to say is, and I've seen this on quite a few of these websites today, is you're sort of selling like cloud computing and you're selling stuff related to computers. I don't really need this much space of the website being taken up by showing me the outside of office buildings, people on computers and people at desks. use that space to show a bit more. So I saw further down on the website that it was like starting at £3.50, which I'm not sure what that was for. Maybe it was to do with VPNs or something. It was a little bit further up. But up until now, I didn't even know that you offered web hosting, VPNs, all these things, which is a bit of a shame. And you've got some kind of search thing. Not really sure what it does. But if that's a lead magnet for you, put it up in that above the fold section. What does that do, Dale? I can't see the website close enough to sort of know what that search bar does.
It's the one we're looking at now.
Yeah.
It's the search for a domain name.
Oh, okay. So that's the thing as well. I'm struggling with what this website actually offers. What are they offering? There seems to be a lot happening, and none of that is communicated in that above the fold section whatsoever.
Yeah. Let's do some comparisons between that website and some of the others. Like a lot of them offer similar kinds of services. Now, some of these websites have had a long time in order to test what works and redesign their websites and stuff like that. But that's great for you. It means that they've tested it and you don't have to. You don't have to spend all the money that they've spent on conversion rate optimization. Just take a leaf out of their book. Don't copy them, but certainly get a lot of influence from them. Mm-hmm. So this is Fasthost. So this is why one of their PPC ads that I found in the search results, pretty standard. There's not like too much to really talk about here, but host your website. Just get people started. Start from £1 per month for the first 12 months. Social proof. Got the reviews here as well. Break down the different plans.
Yeah, so that's really nice.
Pretty cheap. That's a much better pitch than just stating what the value of these different things is.
Love the one that's highlighted as well, because that immediately your eyes drawn to it straight away, and you know it must be their bestseller. It's so good, so good.
GoDaddy, again, huge business. They know what they're doing. Although I would argue with the other pricing thing was better. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, so the other pricing thing was better than this. But all plans include. It could be better. GoDaddy website. Google Cloud Web Hosting. Well, that is just for developers, so let's just close that. So Ionos, whatever.
Oh yes, I recognize that.
Yeah, similar kind of company. Similar kind of design as Fasthosts. Pretty simple breakdown of what's involved, what you get, pricing structure. Yeah, more of the same. So similar for this, like that just doesn't. Those websites don't match this. This looks a little bit dated, in my opinion. Probably just needs like a revision. So this is where we bring it into the kind of rebuild category for me. SiteGround, who have used myself, I really like this design. Really simple breakdown of what you get. Build a site. So category really buckets to take you through to the right website.
Really nice.
Yeah, this is a really nicely designed website.
Yeah, that's lovely. Tells you in those 3 boxes everything they offer, and that's what I was missing on the other website. I was just like, you could hear me as I was trying to make points. I wasn't sure really what I was making points about. I wasn't sure if they're selling VPN, web hosting, whether they're selling, and then the picture was of a like tower, one of those server towers. So I was like, they're offering storage, like it was just everything. And so I didn't know. I could barely review it because I just didn't know what it was.
I would say this Bluehost website and the GoDaddy one very similar, because that's the kind of design style that people are using at the moment. Like this
reminds me of MailChimp.
This serif, the serif
definitely
fonts. So almost exactly the same here as well.
Yeah,
this is just the style at the moment. If you go to, I don't know, probably Shopify, they have the same one. I think Keep has the same one. This is a very it's becoming the standard style, really. Primal Space, not good. These are all just ones I picked up from ads. This is okay, could be better, in my opinion, but like that's pretty simple to understand. So even just comparing it between these websites, I think that there is like an upgrade that can be done here. That's a bit too much for me. WP Engine, WordPress hosting, not too terrible, but maybe a little bit too much going on. Yeah, it's quite a lot going on here. And this is CyberHost Pro, who we used to work with back in there. Again, I think this is a really well-designed website. I think it really works. So, I would say this website is definitely in the rebuild category for me.
100%.
Super. That's pretty much it for us today. We don't really have we normally would have like a Friday stream as well, in which we do a discussion on how you can do digital marketing a little bit better. But this week is the Jubilee. If that matters to you, then please do have a fantastic long weekend. Otherwise, we'll see you next week, where we're going to be doing our live website reviews. So if you'd like your website to review, you can just submit it using the form that's linked down below, or which will, if you can't see it now, just go to our website, go to expressionninja.com, and you'll see the mailing list. Sign up there, and you'll be able to get notified about when our form is going out, when the live stream is coming, and all that jazz.
Yes, all that good stuff.
Indeed. There's a very pinky purple in this room today.
I know. The lights
the other one
changed
turned
halfway through. Oh, yeah, I did spot them change, and I was like, I'm not going to point out that they've changed, but I did see them change.
Yeah, these batteries are flat already. I need to get some power things for that. Yeah, that's pretty much it from us. If you were watching this on the replay, well, thank you very much for watching us all the way to the end. If you want something to look at next, then I would suggest that you click here and watch a video about how to create the perfect buyer persona for your business. And, use that. So, again, thank you for watching along, and I will see you all next Wednesday. Take care. Cheerio.